Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Common Sensi. I am your host, Jay Sensi. It brings me great joy to introduce our guest who needs absolutely no introduction, Bill Gunger, newest Chief Operating Officer at Campus Kaizen. Bill, welcome.
Jay, thanks for having me, and I'm looking forward to another Common Sensi. It's a great podcast, and I'm kind of glad to be on.
Excellent. Well, listen, let's jump right into it. I'm going to ask the first question, the burning question. Everybody's been asking me. Everybody else is wondering, how did Bill Gunger come out of retirement and why? Give us the skinny.
Well, Jay, it's pretty simple. I had a lot of companies, a lot of people approach me. I worked a little bit helping a good friend out in the storage world a little bit after we sold the company and I retired. I had no intentions of going back to work full time. I don't think there is a company on the planet that I would go to work for full time again, except for Campus Kaizen. Uh, you came, you called, and knowing what I know and the research that I did, what your passion is, what my background is with you over the years, to see what you're bringing to the industry, it's something that others don't bring to the industry. And I've always wanted to be part of this industry, to help this industry, to care about this industry. Obviously, a business is about generating revenues and doing things and helping employees and those kind of things there. But um, your way of how you operate, what you do, your culture, and what you want to do for the industry is so unique. It's a lost art, I think, in the world of business today. And you brought this opportunity to me. Um, I've been on board about a month. I'm not in. I wasn't in game shape. Knew that. One thing, there's no room for goofing around time here. I came on fully on board on a Monday, and I'm about 200 meetings in so far, and it's exciting. I the energy that I have right now is beyond words. I can't really explain it. I'm excited to be in something that is so innovative, so different, but yet uh, something the industry is dying for. And you know so many things have transpired over the last 25 years that I've been in this industry, and where big business came in, and investment companies and PEs have kind of worked their way into the world. And obviously it is one of the reasons I retired. I didn't want to be around that, and I wanted to. I guess we use a word a lot that a lot of people think I am, a cowboy. Um, uh, a lot of people look at that and say, "Well, what does that mean?" That means I could be me, okay? And you brought that to me and said, "You can be you." And when I can be me, um, I can bring such value and such passion to this industry that they've never seen, and that's what I want to do. And on top of that, you have to have, you know, innovative products and diversity of your products, and that's what I wanted to be part of. Obviously, last June I was with you in Portland, Oregon, and you brought to the industry MCR housing, and what a splash you made. Okay, will tell you that I was out late when I got there. I was out meeting some people I haven't seen. Yeah, people know me a little bit. I enjoy a nice glass of Spanish wine or two or three of them when I'm out. And I woke up at about 5:30 in the morning, which I normally do. I I will say that no one's ever beat me to the lobby. I've always said, Jay,
Sure.
it's an important thing in my life. If you're the first one to the lobby, you win the day. So I am the first one to the lobby. Boy, I came to the lobby and it was quiet. And about 15, 20 minutes later, people started to come to get coffee and they said, "Have you seen this Jay Sensi video?" I went, "No, let me see it." And I got people showing me on their phone, and it was a splash of you introducing a new product. And I think it was about 11, 12 months ago that happened. And I remember telling my wife about it. I texted actually the video to my wife, and she said, "Would you ever go to work for Campus Kaizen?" And I said, "Well, I don't have plans to go to work, but that's the only company I'd go to work for." And then today, I think it's June 11th here in 2024. I'm official employee of Campus Kaizen, and I couldn't be more happy.
I mean, I'll tell you, Bill, it means the world to me. And I don't know if I've ever shared this, but I modeled a lot of how I operated in the early days on what I saw you do at the expo halls, at the shows, how you treated customers, how you always valued doing the right thing over maybe the thing that would make more money. And I know you and I have met a long time ago. It's been almost 10 years at this
Mhm.
point. And in my opinion, there was nobody better to come in into a COO role and help us lead Campus Kaizen to the next level than Bill Gunger.
Well, Jay, that means a lot, and a lot of people that if you're watching this don't realize when Jay said he met me 10 years ago, I technically met your wife first. Um,
Fair.
um, we were at a small school up in Pennsylvania, and we were at a conference, and I think it was your very first conference, and I don't even know if you had a customer.
Not a single client. Nope.
And
I remember very well.
there was a beautiful person next to me, and I'm on the road a lot, so I talk to everybody, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna have to meet this new vendor here." And I mean, it's just me being hospitable as I am with everyone at the conferences. And she says, "Oh, my husband started the business. He's in the restroom." And I then you came out, we met. Um, and
Disappointing.
and I don't think people. Yeah, it was a little bit disappointing. Hey, we won't. That's a conversation for another day. We'll share that with you over a beer at one of the conferences if you want to know the story. But one of the things I'll share with people is I um I tend to associate myself with people that I believe that are rainmakers, that have drive, that have determination. Because there's a lot of frauds in this world, right? We may get into a bar in Portland, and I'll talk to you about it, the Spirit of '77, later in this conversation. So there's only a few people that know that I was at that bar. But Jay, you reached out to me for about 6, 7 months, and I played a little bit hard to get. I just wanted to see a little bit about you. I wanted to talk to customers that were getting, calls from you and demos from you and what they thought of you, what they thought of the product. And your intentions were to form a partnership with us and be part of my former company, Adirondack Solutions, that we sold in 2022. And I did my homework, and I picked up the phone and called you. And from that day, I think it was mid 2015, maybe 2004. Am I thinking
Yep.
correctly? About
Yep.
2015,
14, 15. Yep.
15. Yeah, about 10 years ago this summer, I think.
Mm.
About 10 years ago this summer. And I reached out uh, we became friends. We went to some conferences together. We traveled together. I tried to give you some guidance on conference. I realized that you were here to stay, and I remember, the person that I talk to most about my work and my life is my wife, and I'm pretty close family guy, and I said to my wife, I said, this guy is. I met somebody that's a rainmaker. I said, that's what I call you, you rainmaker. You got a drive, you got a determination, and that Christmas, um, I got a UPS package, and it had a MCR mug in it. It had a MCR water bottle for my wife. It had some notepads, and it had a T-shirt, and it had a handwritten note from you. And you said you normally send this to your customers. My dad did this for his customer base, and I do this, and I normally send it to customers, but I wanted to send this to you to show you my appreciation of what you did. And from that day forward, I said to my wife, someday I want to be part of that organization. And if I'm not in the near term, I'm going to do my very best to help make it successful. And
Uh,
I hope I did that over the time that we knew you. And obviously we shocked the world when we sold the company. Uh, I, uh, I will say that I appreciate uh, our friendship during that time. A lot of people don't know that you had a pretty big part of that as sort of role reversal, where I was mentoring you and you became a mentor to me. It's kind of really cool how it came through, and because it was a very trying time in my life and the transaction, and you were my voice of reason and my sounding board, and I excuse my language on this call, but I was probably the biggest pain in the ass that was on the face of the earth at the time, because I was somewhat out of an island, and I needed somebody to help me get off the island, and you were a big part of that. And I can't thank you enough for that. And it came full circle, and you came to me. You had an opportunity for me, and it's been a good 30 days here. We've been moving pretty hard. I said to you earlier, I said I might put dirt in the pool. I don't even need it anymore, but I'm still gonna sit by the pool and take calls and those kind of things there. I'm looking forward to taking on this role. It's a much different role that I had. Um, I've got to meet the whole team you have and you put together. I love the way that you are very, measured when it comes to the people that you associate with or people you bring into the company and those kind of things there. And uh, um, this company is going to go places. I was with a small company that turned out to turn out to have a pretty good run. This one's going to have a better run.
I hope so. And you know what's always crazy, and I stop and think about it sometimes, is the trajectory and the steps that have gotten us to this point, right? I remember chasing you around 10 years ago trying to just get an integration with
Yeah,
my college roomie because I wanted to sell to THD schools. And you opened that door, right? And without you opening that door, the relationship with Adirondack doesn't happen. Without you opening that door, Guardian maybe doesn't happen, right? Because you helped broker that deal that turned Guardian into the wild success that it is. And the growth of MCR and Guardian are what enabled us to go make MCR housing a reality. So it's that ripple effect in the pond that starts with something that seemed so small and insignificant at the time that after 10 years grew into this awesome venture that I'm just over the moon excited that you're a part of.
I listen to see what you've done over the 10 years, right? I appreciate you lending credit, some of the credit to me. Listen, you deserve all the credit. Your drive, your commitment. You have a young family. What you've done and built is amazing. And at a point in my career now, I'm glad it's at the stage at where it is now because I the 10 years you went through were tough, right? People don't understand what it is starting a business. You know, I, I'm glad to see you in Atlanta. You couldn't stay in hotels. You're staying in Airbnbs, and you were in neighborhoods that I was hoping I wouldn't see on the news because there was shootings and you were in bad areas because you didn't have the $179 to stay at the hotels we were staying at. And I don't think people realize that what it takes to get where you're at and what you've done is nothing short of amazing, and what the what the future holds no one knows, but I can tell you with you doing that and hopefully with me coming on board, we're going to take this to levels that people have no idea what we can do, and we're going to do it with the basis of helping the customers
Yeah.
and 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 investing in the industry and understanding the industry and growing with the industry, and we know it so well. We have we developed the relationships, and I think the growth is your company's at a stage right now that it's a good time for me to come in. And as I get older, I said to my wife, I'll work till I'm 100 if this is a good gig. I didn't realize how busy we really were. Okay, I we're at a level that we weren't at. We're approaching a level that I wasn't at Adirondack Solutions with the number of customers and the growth that you've seen over the years. I didn't realize how far ahead you were. Obviously, I wasn't involved in the company's inner workings or anything. Now that I have uh, that knowledge of kind of in under the hood, it's amazing what you've done, and it's the pressure's on me now to continue to grow that. And it's really exciting because the times over the last couple years, I don't know even how great the company is. I might have told you, hey Jay, you don't need me, go on. But last year in Portland, um, when you put that video out, um, you might be the only one though. There's a lot of people know. I don't know social media real well. I'm not a good social media guy. I hit like to everything. Half the time I don't even read it. If it's a friend of mine that puts something on there, I like it. Jay Sensi put something on there. I figure if I like it, it gets to my network and it's helping somebody out. I'll sometimes come downstairs and my wife says, "You didn't see my post on Facebook?" I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I didn't like it yet. So am I in trouble? I don't really know, but I liked a few things on there. And, when you leave a company, there are some structure behind leaving it and some uh, non-disclosures and non-competes. And I have morals and ethics. I would never violate any of that. Never would, never will to this day. And I was summoned to a meeting um, by the very folks, and that's hence before this conversation I mentioned the spirit of 77, and it was you took this post and you liked this post, and our lawyers were not happy with that. I'm like, lawyers? I'm like, that's not what this industry is about. Okay, if this is what this industry is about, we were all friends. If we had a competing product at Adirondack and Campus Kaizen, and I still help you out with it. I mean, we talk to our, well, there's another vendor that we talk to that competes with Guardian. We're friends with them. We talk about pool. We joke. We have a good time. It's has something like that, and those that kind of thing that happened to me at the Spirit of '77 with those folks sort of gave me a little motivation to, when you came to me, I said, I think this is something that I'm going to like to do, and I have a little fire in my belly. Let's we can leave it at that, and do that. But I'll always do it the right way. I'll always do it the professional way, and the customer will eventually be the will bear the fruit of that.
I love that. I mean, Bill Gunger with a little bit of fire can
Yeah,
make a lot of noise. I'm very, very excited about that. And I'm
you bet.
also very excited. I'm not staying in the flea bag Airbnbs in the less than desirable neighborhoods anymore. So thank you for helping me get out get out of those. Now I can actually stay in hotels.
Yeah, well,
But
it was kind of nice when you stayed in hotels because I had to wait for you, or I had to
yeah, yeah,
figure out
yeah.
an Uber to go over here. Now we can meet in the lobby. Not to say that
Yes.
you've ever beaten me to the
You'll be the
lobby,
first.
and
I
I
will.
don't.
I will.
You know that that'll be when you made it.
Okay. All
That'll
right.
be when you made
Well,
it. That'll be when you made it. When you walk down and get it, that uh, beating me to the lobby is not something that just occurred in the last year. This has been 10 years in the making. And when I'm on the road and when I'm in a hotel, there's nobody that beats me to the lobby.
nobody does. I haven't been able to do it yet. But that
Right.
actually brings up a good point. So talking about hotel lobbies, we're headed to Milwaukee for a cool OI, or Campus Live, I guess they call it now. Your first back in the software space for higher ed. Um, I'd love to know if you have one that you could pull from the hip. What's your favorite conference exhibit hall memory?
Um,
You've been to a lot
Jay,
of them. I'm sure there's a
Jay,
few. Maybe they're
Jay,
not all ready for the
I've been
podcast, but
I've been almost 27 or 28, but actually, ironically, the one that comes to mind quickly is with you in Toronto, Canada. Uh, we ran into a school and another vendor while you were taking pictures on that golden chair or whatever it was.
no, it was the Iron Throne
Okay.
from Game of Thrones.
The
HBO had
Iron
it.
Dome. You were taking pictures of the
Uh,
Iron Dome, and we were just chatting with people. Jay's chatting. We're all happy, and these folks were doing something unethical at one of my
mm,
customers, and I just brought it up with them and just wanted to have a little conversation with them. It got a little heated, and 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 Jay did come and grab me away and everything. And I said, Jay, I don't get. No, you can't do that. I said, yes, I can. But it was in Toronto, Canada. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember it. I think brought it up is a really nice way to say it.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Like,
we glad he's not on this call, but one of our colleagues now that works here is Jason Gross.
yep.
Um, you may do a follow up common sensey with him and ask him that question, and he probably has a few more that I
Oh yeah.
may have knocked down a booth when somebody came over, and he's trying to sell a school, and it happens. It happens.
Yep.
I I I I try to keep cool about myself, but there's been a lot of cool times. We've been on the road where you know you like to do some cool things. We like to bring customers to certain places and give them experiences that they never had. You took me to Universal one night to
Um,
Scary Nights or anything like that. We ran into uh, this is a random night. We ran into a person that we know from another part of the country at Universal Studios there. So this. things that happen on the road and cool things at conferences are neat. You know, we ran into Lee Thompson with
Yep.
Southwest Conference, and Lee was there with his kids and everything, and that's really exciting. We'll see Lee at his big event at a, well, cool. What's it called now? Live? I don't.
Campus Home Live.
Campus
Campus
Home
Home
Live.
Live.
He
Yeah.
has a big event there that he's invited you and I to, and we can't wait to attend, and we want to thank him for that. He runs a great operation, and we'll see him there as well.
Lee's got the best event in the industry, in
You
my
bet.
opinion. Well, one of my favorite memories is also with you in Denver with the MCR blimp. Remember when I
Oh,
brought the blimp? I bought this blimp and it was maybe 12 feet long. And
yes.
oddly enough, there was a helium shortage at the time in the United States. I don't remember what year this was, maybe 2018, 2017. I have to look back. But, you know, taking Ubers to go get those giant helium tanks. And
And
then
you're coming up with
yeah,
luggage carts, bringing the helium tanks in.
it took 3 hours to fill
Yeah,
that blimp with helium, but she flew. She flew.
and
We'll have
I
to
was
bring that
behind.
again at some point.
We were behind the thing, and Jay's like, I think Jason. I had my staff there, so at the booth, so we had some people at our booth, and your company's fairly new, so you're wanting to talk to people and see people. I'm back there on my hands and knees, holding this thing in, blowing the blimp, and it's 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 going over the side, and I'm like, it's not there yet, it's not there, and then it starts creeping up, and it flew to the top finally, and everybody's like, the campus Kaizen blimp is blowing up in Denver. And there I was behind the scenes blowing it up. I felt like the Wizard of Oz.
Exactly.
I felt like the Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
We
Oh
might
yeah.
have to break that out again at some
Oh yeah.
point.
We have to break the blimp out. That's the blimp has to come out. I mean, I think you're in a point in your life now, and maybe in a fiscally responsible way, can probably have it blown up a little more.
Oh God, I hope so. I
Yeah,
hope so.
me too. We're going to hire somebody to come in and blow it up.
Come in with the
Okay.
helium.
Yes, yeah. I got an expense report now. I may put that on there.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I may put that on there now.
You
Yes.
gotta watch with your boss. I don't know. He's gonna
I know
approve
the
that.
boss too. I know the boss,
He's an
but
all right guy.
the boss will know that it was probably
Yeah.
money well spent. Yeah.
Unreal.
Uh,
Unreal. Listen, I'm going to ask you one more question, Bill, before we
sure.
wrap. And then I know you're excited to see everybody in Milwaukee next week. But if you had a pinpoint, what's the thing you're most excited about in coming back to a space that you've spent decades, albeit with other companies? So you've run the gamut with a lot of other higher ed software companies. But what are you most excited about in this role?
You know, to have an innovative state of the art product. Okay, it's just, over the years I wouldn't say we had a bad product, but it was built on top of older technology and everything like that. This is state of the art quality products in MCR housing, my college roomie, Guardian, and even the your Six Sigma training with the tools that you use for that. Everything's state of the art, right? So we're starting at the highest point, right? And we can, and we're at the top of the mountain. We can make the mountain taller, and you're not climbing a mountain. You're at the top, and you can build such better pictures with that technology, because the product that I've seen, obviously it's only been a month that I've seen the new product, but I've seen so much product in my life that when I saw it, I was like, wow. And I wish I had seen it last year. I mean, I saw the video. I didn't see it if you had mentioned any product on the video, but I didn't see it until a month ago. But I knew Guardian from the past when I was with Adirondack, and I saw how it was, and the technology and that is fantastic. And then just the culture, right? The culture we have here as a company, and what you want to do. You work hard, work a lot of hours. I'm a workaholic. Um, And I always tell people that I don't really have a job. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I've been here a month, and the other night it was 10 o'clock at night, and I think we were texting back and forth over a customer. We may have to jump off here to get on one of those calls again in a few minutes. So, we keep on moving after these podcasts, but I can't thank you enough. I look forward to it. And it's the sky's the limit, my friend.
We're going to do great things together, Bill. I'm so happy to have you on board. Thanks for carving out a half hour to do this. I'm hopeful that folks are going to enjoy the conversation. If you're going to be in Milwaukee at QOI, come find us. I don't know what the booth number is. I don't remember. We're going to be in the expo hall. You'll find Bill in probably flip-flops and shorts, being the cowboy that he is.
And remember that I'm not always at the booth. I don't
Not
have to,
always at the booth. Yeah.
I don't have to stay at my booth. Some people are told they have to stay at their booth. I don't stay at my booth. Okay, nobody tells me to stay at the booth. But
We do
no,
things our way.
my very best to Tatiana, Jerry, and Leo. I know that you have a pretty cool little adventure coming up with the family. Hope you enjoy it with them, and I think Leo's the one that's excited about going as well, right? And I hope you have a great time and everything. And if you're away for a few days, I hope I can manage the ship. I'll keep steering away.
I think you'll be just fine, and I'll see you in about a week and a half in Milwaukee.
You got it. I'll be in there. I'll be a little later than you, but I should be pulling in for time for dinner if you're buying dinner.
I'm buying now.
That's I'm happy about that. Hey, I'll see you, and we'll look forward to having a great show up in Milwaukee with all the customers.
Awesome. Thanks, Bill.
All right, take care.